Hello everyone. Today I'll be working on a earring which is simple but pretty unique in its design. So I had just a rolled ball of a well-kneaded ball of clay. I just rolled this into a slab roughly about 0.25 centimeter thickness. Just flatten it out. You can use a rib for this as well. It's a small piece, so I'm using the knife. I would make use of a simple round cutter. This is not very big. This is probably the size of a small stud earring. So that's just about the size I'm looking for. Cut it out. Keep it aside. I'd use a triangular shaped cutter. And I would cut out 2 pieces. And keep that aside. Now we work just with these 3 pieces. Obviously we start with finishing off all of these pieces nicely. Correct the edges. Use a knife. Flatten it out. Now it's clearly seen that there are 3 parts to this particular earring. 1, 2 and 3. I've mentioned this in my previous videos as well, that if you're working with multiple layers or parts like this, it's always better to work on it separately. And when I say separately, I mean you may want to work on this part and this part with the pins and the design all done. Keep it aside for a couple of hours, at least for like 3 hours, so that you can at least handle the piece without any kind of shape distortion. So you won't mess up the shape if it's at least dried for a couple of hours, and then come back and with a fresh lot of clay you can make this little piece. So I'll show you what we are trying to achieve here. So this is a little circular part. I'll use this cookie cutter here. I'll make a little line like this, and I'll put a stick bead. You must have got the idea that I'm actually trying to imitate a lady with a side bun, with her hair tied up like a bun, which is a very Indian style, which is very Indian, I would say, with the bun on the sides. This is more side facing, and this is the head part. Now it's up to you as to whether you want to do any more designs, but I generally leave my pieces at this, or you can at least try and put a little eyebrow like, a little brow like thing there. If you see the line, a little line. So that's totally up to you. So I would do this. I would fix the pin. I would generally do this, and I would keep this part aside. I'll wait for that to dry. And now we work on this. Now obviously if this is the head, we're looking at making this into the top part of the body and the bottom part of the body. So that's how the design is looking. So what I'll do is you can make any design you want, huh? So I'll just make a design like this. I have a design like this that's been done on both these pieces. So one, it's obvious, is going to be the top part, and one is going to be the bottom part, this way. What I would do at this stage is, I just think an embellishment like this would look really nice, which is why I add a ghungroo bead. more like an arm, if you can think of it that way. You go, use something like that. And this is obviously the leg part. So this is the way it's done. Now obviously the design part is all done. Now it's about bringing all these pieces together, which is why I always say at this stage, if all the three parts are going to be really moist, it's very difficult to handle and bring it together. So I always suggest that you do this part with the pin in and everything, all of that, let that dry, and maybe do the leg part of it, rather the bottom half, and put in the Nichrome pin, the Nichrome wire, the high temp wire, and then let these two parts dry. And maybe once this part is done, you know, with a fresh lot of clay, make this part and then fix it. So what I had done before the session is I had already made these two pieces and kept. You can visibly see the difference. You can visibly see that, you know, this is much lighter. That's because it's almost dried. You can clearly see the difference in color. And this is just, I had made this like a couple of hours ago. It's still slightly cool to touch, but you know, it's still workable in the sense if I hold it or if I were to just, you know, it's pretty hard, so it's not going to change the shape in any way possible. It's much easier to handle the pieces and bring it all together. So at this stage, if you see, I've put in the pins and I've put in the Nichrome U pin over here as well as over here and kept it ready. So at this stage, bringing them together is an easy task for me. So I would just put a Nichrome U pin, put it in this way, and then another U pin, put the pin to the head. So you can see how much I'm having to handle each part and bring it all together. So it's much easier when it's dry. Obviously at this stage the piece is going to look a little, you know, with two colors it's going to look a little odd, but ultimately you know that this is the design that we are looking at. You have a little cute little doll, kind of a stud or a whatever you want to make. You want to make this into a stud, this is the way to go. If you want to make this into a hook style earring, you can just put a little U-pin hook on the top over here and convert this into a U-pin, rather a hook style earring. So this is it. It's pretty light, you know, for the length that it is. You would think it's pretty heavy, but no, actually it's really light. And this is a personal favorite for me. So you know, I'm really happy to be showing this design to every one of you. So yeah, this is it. I really hope you like the video, everyone. If yes, then yeah, then please like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you.